Okay.
Okay, guys, we're back today. Any questions about the stuff we went over yesterday? A lot of stuff again. A lot of good stuff if you use it. If you don't, whatever. As long as you know it for the final. Whatever. All right?
Oh, I had a question on
Imagine that. About the stick breaking or?
why did you test it?
I know. Bad aim.
Kidding.
Yeah, she had to have eye surgery.
What is our final gonna be like?
Okay. Pay attention, guys. The final is going to consist of 6 people here. Okay? So 5 including myself. There's going to be 5 other individuals that are here. And what we're going to do is read off of these sheets. And what you have to do is be able to get an individual speaker, so a speaker identification for each one of us, set up your examinations, set up your Q&As, your bylines, all of that stuff on your machine. So the stuff that I was telling you last night, dram, court, question, all of that stuff, it's going to be set up like that. But there's going to be people here. So I'm going to be the court. There's going to be one as the witness, attorney 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And we're going to read off of this sheet. And I'm not grading you necessarily for the context. So, I mean, I tell the readers to do it slow. So it should be at about 60, 80, somewhere around there. Pretty slow, maybe 40. Yeah. But, so I'm not really worried about the context. I'm worried about the setup. How you have it set up and that everything is correct. And then you're going to read in your title pages, you're going to read in your certificate pages, and you're going to fill everything out.
Are we gonna have a practice on?
Yeah, guys. I'm not going to throw you out.
Okay.
We've been practicing so far, but
With little chunks, you gotta have the whole picture.
well,
We're just
I
getting the
guess
ingredients. We gotta make the cake.
I guess there's going to be a lot of people taking Eclipse next
year.
next year. Yeah, when
Not
we do it
me.
again.
No.
But no, guys, if you pay attention to what we're doing, pay attention, and you have a face and a pulse, and you show up, you're probably going to pass. Okay? You don't show up, and you don't get with me before, you fail. Okay? You don't show up for that exam, I don't care if you had perfect attendance, you fail. Okay? So for those of you that take the class online, one, you need to get with me about getting these block files, because you have to have the block files to be able to read them in, and I'm not reading them in the night of. Not happening. Okay? And, or the week of, and you think you can do it, you better be on the ball. Okay? So you have to get these block files if you haven't gotten them yet, and this is for the people that are online. Everybody should have the block files in here, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has them. Okay? Guys, I can't emphasize enough. You don't show up, something, God forbid, something terrible better have happened for you to not show up. And not that it was $2 drink night at Houlihan's or whatever, so, all right? So, but if you show up and you pay attention from here on out, we're gonna really start practicing all of this stuff. Once we get to speakers, it's gonna really take off. And we're pretty close to getting to there. Okay, so once we get our speakers and stuff, we're gonna really start doing it. And then I'm gonna show you how to read in the title pages and be able to start filling it out. So it's gonna be good. So missing is not gonna be good from here on out. Okay? Next week, next Thursday, we had talked about the McCreeless. It's not gonna be McCreeless. Okay, it's gonna be right next door at 301. I know that it was cramped. I know that it was packed, but it's 2 nights.
Next Thursday or Monday?
Monday.
Oh, Monday.
I'm not going to be here next Thursday.
Right.
So we're going to do it next Monday. So next Monday we have class. Okay? Next Monday we have class in 301. If you can make it, fantastic. If you can't, you better make sure you watch that video, okay? And then the week of Thanksgiving will be the Monday, and will be 301, unless somebody's not in here. But I think they have a class on Mondays or whatever. So if somebody's not in here, then we'll be in here. But if not, we'll be next door. I've already gotten the okay on the class next door. So instead of going to McCreeless, we're not going to McCreeless anymore. It's going to be next door. Okay? So if this room is not available, then we're next door. Hopefully this room is available. If not, we're just going to get comfy. All right? Any questions about anything? No? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
On Thursday, since we don't have any plans, did you talk to Nathan about having a jury card?
I haven't, so we're probably going to have to talk to him on Tuesday. So we'll talk to him on Tuesday. But more than likely, I'd say yes. You're going to have class on Thursday, and you'll be in that class, in that jury charge class. Yeah.
Does Mr. Hopkins know where to be here instead of this class on Monday?
I still need to talk to him, but we're still having class, regardless of whether he has that class or not. So I'm going to talk to him about recording the test, and then you taking the test online and doing it that way, okay? Rather than missing the class. But if you think that you need to go to that class, go to that class. But I'm going to talk to him or whatever. So it should be okay. Okay? I just didn't have an opportunity to talk to him today. We were in trial, so.
How was that?
Hmm?
How was that? Good one? Bad one?
Awesome. I'll tell you when we get done. But any other questions?
No.
No? Okay, we're gonna go into macros.
Yay.
Macros are pretty cool. Really pretty cool. Okay? So what I need you to do is go into your real time.
Auto replacements are great for speed typing, but macros are even more powerful because they roll multiple steps into one command. Here the witness was still talking when the questioner interrupted. I've created a butting in macro for you. You can use it anywhere in this paragraph to put in the dashes that will indicate interrupted speech. To create a macro command, start by analyzing the editing steps you want to automate. Here are the steps that I want in this macro command. I'll go to the end of the line, and then move up 2 paragraphs, and then move 1 word to the left, and then give the command to put a dash at the end of the sentence, and then move down 2 paragraphs, and press the hyphen key to insert a dash. Settings, Edit, Macros. Let's create a new macro and add commands. The commands are listed in menu order. My first step will be to go to the end of the line. And now I'll add the command to go up a paragraph. I'll do this twice. Now I'll move 1 word to the left and put a dash at the end of the sentence. Now I'll move down a paragraph twice and put a hyphen in, which will insert the dash at the beginning of the sentence. I'll name the macro and give it a speed key. This will work only when hyperkeys are on, and it will be Shift B or capital B. Of course, I could also create a dictionary entry, which is what I would do if a macro is to be used for editing from the steno keyboard. This is the subject of a separate presentation. So now I'm ready to leave the user settings.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Guys,
That's awesome.
yeah. It's good, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You have some macros that are already there. One, that butting in is already there. So all you do is say you have a question, answer, question, go down to that second question, go to the first letter of that first, go to the first letter of the second question, and all you do is the Shift B, and it already does it. Okay? Have y'all done it before?
I think we.
I gotta
Yeah, we
use
went
that?
through it.
Okay, pay attention. Pay attention. So do the question symbol. Would you please? Answer symbol. Mark Smith. Question symbol. State your name. Let me get my trusty stick.
Very trusting.
So go to the S on state. You need to be in hyperkeys, which is what? Alt Z, and do Shift B. Pay attention to what it's doing. You see what it did? So you don't have to go up there and do this automatically. Now do Z. Z again.
Z is our time.
He's not.
We waited too long.
No,
is that what it
may
is?
just do it. It may just do it on the one. It did it on the first one. It did it on the first one. So, I mean, it does and it doesn't. But if you're on in hyperkeys, do Control D. No, that's not it. Go back. Escape. Do Alt D. Okay. So if you're at the beginning of the sentence, get on that would you please. And you're at the beginning of the sentence, do Alt D.
You mean the beginning of would you please?
Alt D. And see how it
Yes.
puts the dashes at the end?
Yeah.
So that's how you do dashes. So say he said, would you please, I'm Mark Smith. Well, sir, wait till I finish the question. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay? So see what he's doing? He's not carrying on that same sentence of would you please. But the way that I did it, he did. And you're going to have it. Trust me. You're going to have it. Where, I mean, everybody wants to talk at the same time and they think the loudest one is going to get on the record.
Aren't they?
Yeah. What they do is get yelled at too. So, so you have to pay attention to what they're doing because it's not always butting in if they cut them off. It's only butting in if they finish the sentence that they were trying to finish. Did I explain that right? I know what I wanted to say. I don't know if I said it right. Y'all understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they did it the way that I did it, then it's butting in. If I did it the way that I just told you, would you please, Mark Smith? Sir, wait till I finish the question. It's a totally different statement now. Okay? It's not finishing the question that he was asking before. Okay?
So
Got it.
that would be, you would still put dashes in there.
It would be a dash, which would be the Alt D at the end of the sentence. But would you please dashes? Because he didn't get to finish. Would you please what? It's not a complete sentence. So if it's not a complete sentence, and you'll know because it's like, would you please? You know, if he's trying to be, you know, smart aleck or whatever, like, would you please? So it could be. So that's why I told you, pay attention to the way that you use punctuation, okay? Because it takes on a totally different meaning. You can take one sentence, punctuate it 3 different ways, and it can have 3 different meanings, okay? So you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Yeah.
Would you happen to have any audio of examples with the difference, so that maybe if hearing it, we might be able to better, to figure out which one's which? Or would that serve no benefit?
I don't think I have anything specific. I mean, I'd have to find something or whatever, but you know, I just try to give you an example of it. You know, would you please, Mark Smith, state your name? So it's kind of hard when you're doing it the same person Okay, but that's kind of the example. So he never skipped a beat either. Would you please state your name? But he got, you know, when you got, would you please, he said, Mark Smith, state your name. And then he says, sir, you're going to have to wait, you know, until I finish my question. Oh, okay. But he finished the question. He finished the question, but then he came back with a statement saying, sir, you need to wait till I finish my question. Oh, okay. What's that?
When you're saying, sir,
Oh, yeah. Guys, you type everything. You type everything, okay?
But
You
that
know what?
wouldn't be, you wouldn't say that was the questions.
What's that?
Like, you need to wait till I finish the.
No, it would be another paragraph. So it would be, so where you're at right now, you know, get to the end of that line,
The please or the name?
your name. So do the butting in, so get on state, and do the Shift B, and when you're still on state, hit the Q. No. Q on your,
Shift Q.
I'm sorry guys, Q on your computer.
Oh.
On your computer, I'm sorry. So
I
it's gonna
did.
put a question
Oh.
at the end of the.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So do y'all know how to do a paragraph line on your machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm? What is y'all's PF?
Yeah. Yeah.
Try PF.
Oh no,
Well,
yours
mine is
doesn't.
supposed to be.
On your machine, not your
On your
computer.
machine.
So do PF. Try it and see if it does it. PF. Please wait till I finish my question. Please wait till I finish my question.
What did I do? Oh. How do you get to-
How come it doesn't do the paper? I needed to set it different, right? Dan? I needed to set this up differently.
Yeah, it's supposed to be what apostrophe T? Is that how it's written?
I don't know, because it's under special, right? Special
What?
things, paragraph, whenever we hit PF and it's.
Yeah, it brings it down. It just makes it like a fixed. Oh, you know what? When I did it right after that, it made a smaller lowercase q paragraph. But I can fix that. I can put this q. I can fix it to a fixed question. There.
Okay. So you see what it did? So he asked the question and then, whoa, you know, please wait till I finish my question before you answer. Oh, okay.
Is it your?
It's a freaking dictionary.
I need the other one.
I hate that.
Do you want me to help you fix it?
Well, I'm gonna work on it this weekend and see if I can get it finished. Do you agree? Finish.
I just do FIN.
Go back under.
You know what? I have that same dictionary right here. Oops, interaction.
Yes, that's what it is.
I think that's where I got it. Was from the
Probably.
Bookie. Yeah. Herb Reese. She went online. I ended up just buying it, so I have it. Yeah. And Finn finished. Because I can walk you through it. It's just all dictionary.
Yeah. Okay. So if you get on the please. And do Alt-1. No.
Okay.
Guys, do not use your number bar on the side. When I say Alt-1, it always has to be the numbers up on top. Okay? Don't use, if you have the little number bars on the side, don't use
Yeah,
these.
mine did too.
Always use these.
That's what it says here. Alt-1
Yeah.
says okay. Alt-2
So
is
see what
all
it
right.
did?
Alt-3 is you
Hey
know.
guys, one thing you're gonna see is attorneys use okay and all right all the time.
And okay is not the okay, it's okay spelled out.
It's okay-A-Y.
You get
That's the
paid,
proper
right?
way to do it. Huh?
You get paid by the letter, right? Basically. So more
Well,
letters, more.
well, there's that, but I mean, it's just the proper way to do it. So it's not okay, okay? It's okay-A-Y, okay?
Okay. We got it.
Órale. It's not
Ganz
okay.
klar, Jesus.
Órale. It's okay-A-Y. Órale.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now get on please again and do Alt-2.
All right.
All right,
All right.
okay?
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
You know.
get on till.
On tail, not tail.
Or hill, whatever. Till, and do Alt-3.
Heel, no.
You.
You know.
Guys, people say it all the time.
Do they have one for like?
They should, but they don't.
I know.
But I mean, you can create
create
one.
one.
You can.
With a macro.
You know, it's not stuff that you hear enough. Okay, these are things you're going to hear all the time, and they say, you know, when they went to the, you know, when they went to the store, they did the, you know, they went and you don't even think about it. You don't even, and if you pay attention to the way, start paying attention to the way that people speak.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And when you're writing it in court, wow. You know, I mean, and I used to do the uhs. Mm-mm. No. I mean, people do it so much because they don't have their thoughts together. So they're thinking on the fly. And they're like, when you got in the car, y'all went straight to the store and then went inside. You got a Coke? Really?
How many times did I
Oh,
win?
you just you're just you-ing the whole time. No, okay. So, but we have an attorney. I tell you what, I can make a lot of money on that cat just with us.
So these, I mean, we're not
Four.
going to use these as we're writing. Like Alt-1, Alt-2.
Well, I mean, these are if you forget it. I mean, if you didn't have time to write it. So you know, sometimes it's going so fast you didn't hear. Okay, well, this is an easy way to do it. Alt-1, okay. Alt 2, all
Wait.
right. Alt 3, you know.
When you're
And Alt
editing.
4 is
When you're editing.
the affirmative. So do Alt 4. And it does.
Out for,
Huh?
Are you in
Yep.
There's so there's nothing for 5 and 6, so you could potentially make your own for 5 and 6. You can make a macro for 5 and 6.
I have a friend that's talking and he's like, yeah, last night and shit. We went over to the store and shit. And we're there and shit.
And it's on camera.
I catch myself counting and shit in his sentences at least 5 or 6 times.
Yes.
So I've said worse. No, I'm not. But every other word.
Okay.
Like,
So if you're a little.
like that and shit. Like yeah.
Huh?
Shit. Like,
What about, I know you. Yeah.
Well, at least you know what to get him for Christmas.
Because they're like, oh, I was
Don't do the. Don't do the.
a vocabulary
It's
book.
late. It's late. I
A
would have
vocabulary book.
Unless they go.
I was thinking of something else. But.
You know, so if they're thinking and they do it out loud.
What do you want for Christmas?
Guys, and this was kind of a question. Don't do the uhs. Well, we got in the car. Don't do that. But if they say, well, do you think? And I've had it happen. Just last week, we were doing that termination case or whatever, and they asked the witness, do you think that these parents' rights should be terminated? And she couldn't answer. She couldn't answer. She said, is that a yes or a no? I said, no, I'm thinking. I don't think I can answer the question. It was like,
So how many answers?
yeah, buzzing. I do buzzing sound.
Just put as many M's in there as you can,
That
or
means
Z's.
Yeah. But you know, you put something, you know. But the that you just did, Alt 4, is the affirmative. Did you go to the store? And people do it all the time.
That was our trans-
All the
that was our-
time.
That was our Q&A.
So the
right?
negative is HUH dash UH is the negative.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
Did you go to the store?
So we could add that as all 5 then.
You could. I don't, try Alt 5. I don't know if there's anything in
Yeah,
there.
well, there isn't anything like on the chart, so.
No.
No, but just try it. Try Alt 5 and see what
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything? Okay. Then no.
Well, it's doing
Alt 6
something.
took me out of hyper.
Oh, it's doing
But
something.
those are
it
the
brings up the-
ones you're going to use the most. You don't really use the negative as much.
Okay, I'm getting out of this.
People use the affirmative way more. You understand?
Yep.
And they don't say, they usually don't say, They'll,
Is that the same thing?
It is. It's the same thing. So I do mine HM. HM asterisk is my
Oh, I like that one.
The negative is I think it's U and then H.
H-U-M?
So it's a 2-stroke. So it's U, H star M. But you could do it
Oh, I see.
HUM. Does that make sense?
With an asterisk.
You can do it H star M or H star UM for the negative. For Got it?
Yeah.
You cold? Are you awake?
U-H-U-H. Is U-H-U-H the same as
Huh?
Because we were talking about this today. And we were
UH.
I was just,
U and then HU is
they do H-U-U here in my dictionary.
It's what?
They do H-U and then come back for the U.
H-U-U?
Like
H-U dash U?
H-U and then come back for the U.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's just what's in my
If you
dictionary.
can, I mean, you always want to shorten it down. Guys, one, you have to remember, okay? The affirmative is without the U. The negative is with the U. If not, then you need to figure out another way, because you're gonna have it. You're gonna get it. Trust me. Okay? So figure out a way.
So if it starts with it's affirmative.
Let's
It
see
starts
how
with
to use auto.
Do what?
If it starts with it's affirmative. If it starts with it's negative.
Yes.
So you huh
Right.
with an asterisk for no, and
Ruh-roh.
you with an asterisk for
What?
yes. I don't know.
You just need to know whether it's affirmative or not. And sometimes I mean, it's
I don't know.
So will
Yeah,
an attorney?
and trust me, if I don't understand what they're saying, and usually the judges are pretty good. Whoa. The court reporter can't take down nods of the head or and they'll tell them or but they just said it. The court reporter can't take or and the judges will, I mean, they'll tell the witness. So you need to answer out loud. Okay. So
Yes or no?
yeah. And they'll
Will
still
an
do it.
attorney tell them, or is that up to the judge?
Yeah, I mean, usually they're pretty good. Like in a deposition, they'll tell them, you know, you need to answer affirmatively, or don't answer, because the court reporter can't take that down, or the nod of a head. Okay.
That was our.
But I mean, guys, you have control. You have control of the courtroom, or you have control of the deposition. If you don't understand something, you better be axing.
Are there still cough drops up there?
No.
Auto replacements for error prevention and speed typing. Settings, programming, auto replacements. Eclipse installs a few hundred auto replacements to prevent typing errors. I'll use the modify button to see what this first one means. So if I accidentally type the word can as ACN, Eclipse automatically replaces it with CAN. You can remove items from this list or add without limit. Auto replacements are great for speed typing, and the steno that's already in your head makes great shortcuts. After typing the shortcut, pressing the spacebar or enter key automatically triggers the auto replacement.
Yep.
Got it?
We were messing with this in class a few weeks ago,
Yes, you
and
just
I did
mistyped
something,
the
and
word.
I took a test, and no matter how much I tried to get the word right, it kept retranslating. I knew it was somewhere in there. I wasn't able to fix till after the test, but I couldn't get the word right because
Yeah.
it was in there wrong.
Yeah.
It's just auto-correcting over and over.
That look familiar?
Yeah.
I wonder if
So,
that's what you did the day that we were messing with those things, and that's what it did. And you put understand. Is it still doing
that's
it?
what it was. I think it was the word. It was something like that, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't. That's not what I'm trying to say. And
Yeah.
I could
Is it
not.
still
change-
doing it?
No, because I went back in my auto replacements and took it out.
Okay.
I had to search for it, but
Go back,
Yeah,
go
I
in your
did.
auto replacements and see if that's what it is. Go into Alt U.
because we were
Programming,
messing with this and I
auto
had
replacements,
problems.
and see if I bet you that's what it is. I bet
I don't know,
you
I'm not paying attention.
anything.
Where's that?
Where was it?
You see it?
Yeah.
Helper.
Under.
You.
Yeah. Auto.
Auto replacements.
Yep, that's it.
Right.
I think you have to double click it though.
Do I have to highlight it?
Maybe you just need to.
Oh, it was the biggest pain.
Get out of it, whatever.
And if I corrected it, and I would correct my test, I got it wrong. I was like, oh, I need the wrong lesson. So it took me like half an hour trying to figure out where that's going.
Can anybody go into their auto replacement?
I can. You have to double click on it.
Oh, that's right. Go into Alt U programming. And then left click, double click. Yeah.
Great for another.
AOT? Yeah, that's the,
So
that's
go
the
to
steno.
the understand or the reading?
You had it on really, didn't you? Really? Really?
I can't remember what word it was, but I had to like do a freaking search. It took forever because there were a lot in there. I don't know what it was. So.
Do you have understand?
Oh.
Like that. Click on it,
Did you find it?
put modify.
What are we doing?
Well, we did this a few weeks ago at the auto
Oh,
replacement.
cancel the whole thing?
Yeah.
And he
No,
was
no, no,
having
no.
problems with,
I mean,
like,
just
when, every time you fix your document, you'd write in a word, like just type it in
Okay.
on your
Yeah.
computer, and then, but it would switch because it was an auto replacement, just switch to something else. And I was having that problem, and I didn't realize it until I was taking a test, and
There you
it
go.
would switch it, and it would switch back to the word. So I had to search
Okay.
for auto replacements and fix it.
But
Or you know what?
Just say,
I didn't mess
You
with
can
that.
disable, you have to go in and
Huh?
erase.
I didn't
one.
mess with that. I don't.
You would have had to.
I think so.
I didn't
Oh, you know what, there
mess
might
with
be
my
a,
point.
there, let's see, there might be a,
Doesn't do that.
What's the point?
there might, is there a
We
box,
messed with that yet? Have we messed with it? Have I? I'll mess with it.
is there a box that turns off and on auto replacement? Or is it just always in the background?
Auto replacement?
Yeah, like the ones we're just messing with, like this.
Oh, no. You
Okay.
just have to go in it.
Yeah, you just have to go in and erase it.
And the system did not correct it for you automatically, just go ahead and type in the correction and then space over. Then press a Shift-Alt-A will automatically correct the error and create an auto replacement for you. This makes it very easy to teach Eclipse which words need to be automatically replaced.
Automatically. So if it wasn't automatically replaced, then that's how you do it. Got it?
Got it.
Yep.
yep.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Reasons, R and Z.
You cigarette?
Is that a sneeze?
No, that was a cough.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's.
Baby says it to me all the time. He says that he'll see somebody and he'll do something stupid. He goes, don't ever like that. Just take me out back and shit. He says it all the time.
Take me out back.
Take me out back and shit.
Let's see how to take advantage of the Total Eclipse real-time editing kit. When you install Total Eclipse, you're automatically given a large number of macros. Here's a macro group that's used by HyperKey B. The macros that begin with CC are used by closed captioners. If a macro's name ends with HYP, it's used by HyperKeys. And if it ends with RT, it's part of the real-time editing kit. The best way to master the skills of the real-time editing kit is through the ePower video tutorial entitled Keyboard Magic. The tutorial creates a separate user area where you can safely experiment without any risk to your dictionary or job files. There are more than 50 short lessons, each with a video demonstration, and the tutorial presents the skills of the real-time editing kit in a logical order. It starts with simple skills like going back to a previous question or answer for readback, and gradually works toward more complex skills like fixing paragraphs or fixing conflicts, and of course it eventually shows you how to global from the steno keyboard. It also includes complete documentation with step-by-step explanations so that you'll understand what goes into a macro and perhaps be able to create some of your own. Editing from the steno keyboard means you'll have less work to do when you get home. It makes the job more interesting, and you can do it.
If you pay $69.
Yeah. So good luck with that. And that's where you go. You can visit the website.
You've never used that one?
Well, you have to go on
You have to
I
pay
mean, it's
for
like
it.
you have to go on the website, pay for it, and
And
do
they
it.
send you
Yeah.
the CD-ROM and they,
Yeah, so it's,
Oh,
yeah,
they have several there.
yeah.
it's shame-free.
Nope.
So K. Vincent is not free.
No. Hey, Vincent, it's expensive.
Dictionary search.
And it takes you a couple days to get over there.
Are they good or not?
Well, they're like the macro, but I don't know if it has to file with it or what.
How does total eclipse know that mile is a measurement, but Mr. is a title? It checks the meta dictionary. Let's see. User settings, programming, meta dictionary. When you install Total Eclipse on your computer, a default meta dictionary is created for you automatically. As a new user, you shouldn't play with it right away, but with a little help from technical support, you can customize it to meet your needs. I'll put my cursor on the line for April and use the Modify button to see what it means. In your standard Steno dictionary, you would just have an entry for April, but the meta dictionary is hiding this additional information for the translator. That is, when Eclipse translates the entry for April, it first puts in the plain text, then it gives a command to the number conversion system that if the very next thing is a number, it should not be written out, but it should be a numeral. I'll go to the line for acre and see what it means. Again, in your standard Steno dictionary, acre would look very simple, but the meta dictionary hides the magic. Acre is a singular measurement. That involves automatic hyphenation when you write a number other than 1 for this singular measurement, such as 25-acre plot. If you don't find the automatic hyphenation helpful, you could drop down the list of entry types and look for plural measurement, which would not involve the automatic hyphenation behavior. Additional information on the meta dictionary can be found in the help topics. Just type in the keyword meta dictionary. More information is also available in the Translation Magic e-Power video tutorial,
For
which
69
offers
bucks.
several step-by-step video demonstrations.
Got it?
Yeah.
Good. Guys, way above what y'all need to be doing. Way,
Do you use
way.
Do you do real-time
Way.
editing from your machine?
What's that?
Do you do real-time editing from your machine?
No.
No.
I mean, you know, a lot of the stuff I can do on my computer, stuff like that, so,
More necessary for like captioners and stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you can do it, you know, from your machine. You know, like they said, you can go back and, you know, if they said, well, maybe they had some objections and they went through this thing for 2 pages on objections. And the judge said, you know what, overruled, you can answer the question. I don't remember what the question was. Can you read that question back? So you can do something on your machine, it'll take it back up. So there's stuff you can do. Y'all don't need to do it, but. So that's why I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this stuff.
That's more advanced stuff anyway.
It's way advanced. It really is. But they go through everything.
Do they offer an advanced class here?
Oh yeah.
Here at SM.
Guys, you can go online. Like once you get out, you can go online and they do like I think it's every day. You can go on this chat room thing and start asking questions, and people are on there. Yeah, how do you do that? Oh, you do this, and yeah, it's crazy.
And then like Keith Vincent has those, but there's a lot of people that actually do coaching too. I've seen people advertising for like teaching. I met a lady in New Orleans that teaches Sten Ed. I mean, not Sten Ed, but Eclipse. You have to get continuing education credit to get certified.
Let's see how you can use either the mouse or keyboard commands for just about any function within Total Eclipse. The left mouse button is typically used to click or select, while the right mouse button is used for context menus. You might left-click on a menu to select an item, or left-click on a toolbar icon, or simply click to reposition your cursor. Right-clicking will open a context menu, which will offer different choices according to where your cursor is placed. However, there's no need to constantly reach for the mouse. You can use keyboard methods for things like accessing the menu bar by simply pressing F10 or by pressing the Alt key and releasing, then pressing an underlined letter, such as H for help. Every Eclipse menu or dialog has hotkeys, underlined letters that serve as an alternative to using the mouse. However, if you can type in a dialog, then you must press Alt to use a hotkey. If the underlined letters are not displayed on your computer, you can open the Windows control panel and go to the Ease of Access Center. There you should see how to make the keyboard easier to use. This is where you'll find the option to underline keyboard shortcuts and access keys. With a check in that box, I'll click on OK. Hotkeys are underlined letters on menus or dialogues, but there are also speed keys, which bypass the menus entirely. For example, Alt-T to translate and Shift-Alt-T to stop translation. Many people memorize the speed keys for the functions they use the most. Finally, there are Eclipse hyperkeys, which are more efficient than using a mouse or speed keys. Plus, there are the editing suggestions offered by AutoMagic. These are covered in other visualizers, whose goal is to help you edit with the greatest speed and efficiency.
For 69.
That's free.
Let's take a look at some of the functions that are available when you pass through Eclipse to the Windows File Explorer dialogs and right-click on a file name. Let's say that within an Eclipse Open File dialog, you've used the Browse button, which has gone into the Windows File Explorer. If you right-click on a file name, a context menu will open, where you could delete a file, or rename it, or perhaps send a shortcut to your Windows desktop, so you can easily reopen a file that will not be edited in a single session. The Eclipse File Manager also contains a button that lets you pass through to the Windows File Explorer. While many people are aware that you can click on a column heading to sort a list of items up or down, you can also right-click on a column heading to customize the details. So perhaps Windows File Explorer is showing the...
This is way too advanced for what y'all need.
Yeah, numbers, yes. Okay, we did that.
Huh?
Oh, I was just saying we did that. I'm just reviewing out loud in my head.
See, a lot of this stuff, you know, we've already done, so I'm not spending a whole lot of time on it because we've already gone through it. So some of these,
we could review this one. We could review this one.
Which one?
you need
Scans
it.
and multi-scans.
You need it or what?
No, but it's a good one.
Eclipse offers a large number of scans as well as multi-scan for quick editing of your document. You can scan forward or backward looking for any of several items, but the most basic trouble spots are untranslates and unselected conflicts. Here's the toolbar icon to scan to trouble spots. It will stop on untranslates, conflicts that have not yet been selected, and blanks that have not yet been filled with information. Of course, it's faster to use hyperkey T or speed key Control T, as in trouble. but you may want to target untranslates only, or go just to the next conflict, perhaps an unselected conflict. There are hyperkeys for these purposes, as well as speed keys. Multi-scan automatically repeats your last scan. So if I want to quickly go through my document, correcting untranslates, or resolving conflicts, then multi-scan would be the quickest way to go through my document. If, however, you find that Eclipse loses your place after you create a global or resolve a conflict, check to see if you haven't accidentally turned multi-scan on.
That's perfect.
Any questions?
No.
Pretty basic stuff. I mean, it's stuff we've already gone over.
Find, replace.
Everybody know how to do that.
Yeah. So does it do all them over again or something? Is that just all they're doing?
Well, they, you know, in some of them, you know, they fine tune it and they give you more examples. But I mean, the find and replace is pretty.
Yeah.
It's find and replace. You know. So how do you find it?
F.
F. And then you can. And how do you do the? If you want to find the next one, how do you do it?
F again.
Huh?
F again.
No. How do you do it? If you want to look for another one,
I just hit.
you want to look for another one.
L.
Control L.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Control L. We'll do it again. So get at the top of your document.
That's the top of my document. I opened a new one because
Okay.
a lot of
That's not
gibberish.
gonna do it.
It's all right. I can look at hers.
And hit F in hyperkeys and type in U, Y-O-U, and hit enter. Now hit Control L.
Oh, so it just takes you to every U.
So Control L is going to look for the next one. Guys, you have to remember this. Okay, the Control L. Okay, and I know it's different than the F for find, but if not, you're going to be doing find, typing in Y-O-U again, hit enter, and it's going to go. And if you need to change it every time, and let's just say it's Smith, and it should have been Smythe, and it's only in there 400 times. Literally, because Mr. Smythe was the one who was given the deposition, and the other guy's talking to him, or he was the guy being deposed. And they asked him every time, well, Mr. Smythe, I mean, you know, and you're hitting it Smith every time, and you put it S-M-I-T-H, and you have to find it every time. Now, you can global it. There's one way to do it. You can global it and hope that it's going to global throughout the whole thing, or you're going to have to go through there and look for it, which is fine.
So those are two different ways you can do that.
And then shift.
Well, but if you hit it Smith, and then you hit it Smuth, and then you hit it Smith, you know, so if you stroked it different every time, and you're looking for it, it may not find it every time. Hopefully it's going to get comfortable. Hopefully it's going to find it. You know, but if you do Control L, you know it's going to find it because you're looking for Smith. So it's looking for the English. So it's going to find it. Okay? Control L. Look.
Is there a way like put stars in the place of SM star, like a range to look for?
Oh, you can. We did that last night.
Okay.
We did that last night on the look.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all remember that?
Nope, but I
I don't know
remember
what
it.
you're talking about.
Let's try it. So go into F. Get at the top of your document.
I'll open one.
Do F. And then do Y.
As in why?
letter Y, and then question mark, question mark. So shift, question mark, question mark.
Okay.
And then hit enter. So then do Control L. Now see how it goes to your?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time it has Y, letter, it's going to go to at least Y-O. I mean Y,
Oh, yeah.
everyone that has at least Y. And 2 other letters after it. So it could be
Okay.
youth. It could be yoke. And what's okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's just under the flag. That's right. Okay, I know. Oh gosh, what the? What did I just do?
That's one way of doing it. Okay?
These thing tilts forward. See, you can like get back out of it. See, I keep switching it every like, but I think these are okay. These are hard to get.
The same thing.
Well, no, it's hard to get my machine like up
Oh,
where I need it.
you know you could raise it, right?
Okay,
I mean, like,
guys, need to pay attention. This is,
Yay.
numbers is crazy. Okay?
Here are 2 quick examples of how to fine-tune your numbers settings. The numbers section of your user settings asks 2 general questions. First, how do you write numbers? So what do you even want number conversion to process? And second, what kinds of numbers do you want in words as opposed to digits? This first writer doesn't use the number bar and wrote the word "and" when it was heard. So ignore written numbers is not turned on, but process "and" as part of a number is turned on. For general quantity numbers, this user has Eclipse write out 1 through 10, but puts 11 and above in digits. For currency, do not write out any numbers, just use digits. And for ordinals, write out 1st through 10th. There are different settings for what to write out at the start of a sentence. And as of 1 million, Eclipse will use words to make large, round numbers easier to read. This number bar user uses word strokes to indicate when a number from 1 to 10 should not be in digits. So ignore written numbers is turned on, and Eclipse is not being asked to write out any values. Number conversion is treated at length in the efficient editing tutorial, so be sure to look at it.
Which one's that one?
What?
The efficient editing tutorial. Is that a $69 one?
Probably.
Hmm.
So on that, what are we actually supposed to have checked?
So if you use the number bar and you spell out the words, then your ignore written numbers needs to be on. If you, guys, pay attention. If you only write numbers out, like WUN, TWO, THR, E, long E's, stuff like that, that's the only way you write numbers, then ignore written numbers needs to be unchecked. Is there anybody that writes out their numbers with the keyboard?
I do both.
No, guys. If you only,
Yeah. No.
is there anybody that only uses? Because I do both too. All right, so there's sometimes that you need it and sometimes that you don't. But if you only write them out, and by write them out, I mean WUN, TWO, and you don't use the number bar, then that needs to be unchecked. If you use both, then it needs to be checked. So go into Alt-U, numbers, and it should be checked.
Should the process and as a number also be checked?
Well, the process and I don't hear it. And this is for if somebody says it's $403 and you do $403, if that's the way you do it. Okay. But if you do, you need to check that. Process and as a number. Okay? Does anybody do that?
Mm-mm.
No?
I
If
don't.
you're in court and you hear someone say 432, do you put the and or no?
No. I don't hear the
I jump
hear the
over
and.
it.
I don't hear the and. I just hear $403.
Well, that was an and.
403.
403.
Come here. Once again, I don't hear the end, so I don't write the end. I don't know why. I mean, I hear it, but I don't hear it. If that makes sense.
You don't
You
In
ignore
numbers,
it. You ignore it.
I hear it, but I don't hear it.
And in the test, like, if would this be on the state test, would that be something that?
Mm-mm.
No. If they say $403, it's not going to make, because you're not going to write $403, and it's going to come up dollars. So you're not going to write it out as words. It's going to be $400 sign 403. Okay? So that's what they're talking about there. Is if you hear the and you write the and, one, good luck. Two, good luck.
And what is the force?
Can we go through
force
these?
measurements, two
No, no.
digits, and then force separation and currency? What is that? Mine is checked. I'm just asking if it should be or shouldn't.
So force it to measure. So if they say 3 grams and you write THREE grams, then it should force it to,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I do need that one then.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'll keep them checked.
Separators and currency, that would be like what the periods and the,
yeah.
so you do want that one too.
So usually like on mine, and it's coming up this way because I think we're in the tutorial, but like mine, the write out to mine is,
To quantity?
I put it on none.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
Mine is on none. Because if I want to write it out, I write it out. And if I want to use a number bar, then I use a number bar. This one's always going to do 1 to 10. So if you leave that 1 to 10 on there, 0 to 10, then it's always going to put it on there, even if you do WUN sometimes. It's going to do number 1.
So change it to none, like
Yeah.
like you have yours. Okay.
Also at the start, I have mine at none.
Oh, mine. What does that mean?
Well, at the start of a sentence, they say,
Oh.
well, how many kids do you have? 1. So it's going to put a number 1 probably. And at the start of a sentence, there's
You have to
very few numbers that should start a sentence. A date, should,
A year?
a year. Well, I mean, that's, yeah. So
1990.
year, date. If they say, well, it was 1st of May.
So at start should be a none?
I do it.
Mine
Yeah.
said all. What would that do if it were all?
Huh?
Because I had mine at all, so what would it do if it, because that's one of the,
All?
ALL.
So all of your numbers are going to come up. Even if you write them out, I guess. So even if you use a number bar, all of them are going to come out. That's what it's saying.
Come
so
out
I
written?
do mine as none. You can mess with it. Not right now. But you can mess with it. See what it does. Okay? Any questions about that? Awesome.
Thank you.
currency.
So there's certain things we've already gone over. Time is another one. That, you know, Well, how do you do it? How do you do 9 a.m.? How would you do it?
The
A,
first
B,
one.
C, or D?
It depends on if they said o'clock.
Not, if they're
No.
saying 9 a.m., it's
They're
1.
saying 9 a.m.
I would just do the first one.
How would you do it?
Not 9 a.m.
I do the first one.
Huh? Did we?
I think so.
I think you had an issue with the
9.
last one, which is 9 o'clock a.m.
One. That's the way I do it. I've seen it like that. Nope. Heck no.
See,
So
whenever I
eight-
write it though, like 9 a asterisk m, it comes out just 9, not 9 colon, o'clock. It comes out 9.
So that's because you'd have to do
Well,
that.
my dictionary's jacked up too.
No, on
so-
all you.
Oh, okay.
Under numbers. You can see where it says time.
So is it
Oh,
correct
yours
to
is
have
like that
AM and
too.
PM and lower versus caps?
Yeah. So it should always be lower
Maybe it's
on the AM, PM. It's not capped.
See, it could be that.
Okay?
You don't want it.
And it should be this one. This is the one I use. 9 a.m.
And that's what it is.
But
in
I've
my-
always been told that this is 9 o'clock. So when they say 9 o'clock, you don't do it like this and then put o'clock. Because that means 9 o'clock.
redundant.
That's what I was told, yeah. But to me, it looks better like that. It's easier to read, looks better. Personal preference. So it would be one of these two. It's not going to be these two. Okay? Any questiones? Awesome.
Let's see how to move dictionary entries. Suppose that my main dictionary contains old entries that are causing a problem with number conversion. I'd like to move the number entries from my main dictionary to another dictionary where I can examine which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to throw away. I could open a new dictionary, call it Numbers, and with both it and my main dictionary on screen, use cut and paste to painstakingly move entries from my main dictionary to the Numbers dictionary. But that's a lot of trouble. It would be much easier to find all my digit entries and move them as a group. To do something with this block of entries, I could go to the block menu or just open a context menu. I want to transfer these entries. They're now being moved. They're no longer in my main dictionary. They've been transferred to the Numbers dictionary. After I've finished editing my Numbers dictionary, I'll open my main dictionary and merge the number entries that I've decided to keep back into my main dictionary. So I'm selecting the Numbers dictionary's contents to be merged. That doesn't take very long at all.
Whatever. You know, you don't really need to go through that whole process. Move all of your numbers into another dictionary, figure out which ones you want, then move them all the way back. Guys, all you have to do is go in there, pick the ones you don't want, and start deleting them. That's all you have to do. Okay? Just seems a little ridiculous, but whatever. Okay? But going back to that 9, and you're going to do the time, remember I told y'all to do the time with the asterisk? You put the time in there. So if you do 9 time with the asterisk, it should come up 9:00. Does it?
I use T asterisk T, but that's because it's already perfect.
Huh?
No, I
What
get
did you
that
tell
early.
them? What?
Did y'all define the time?
I did a few
Huh?
months ago. Didn't we? Oh, it's not.
Let's make sure.
Some of us missed a lot of classes in there.
Yeah, y'all did. I need to go back and.
I think you have to
start
actually
watching some
define
videos.
it, so it's,
Huh?
oh, I have it for time, oh. I think you just, you do clock.
Yeah.
What was it?
No, you don't do clock.
Oh, there it is, yes.
What is it?
No, that's how I defined it. So I hit 9 and then I just do key, asterisk K.
I know, right,
That's how
you
I,
do.
that's how I defined
Yeah.
it.
I always make
And
my
then it
kids
comes
do
out
that.
9 o'clock. But I had to define it that way.
I can't, oh, wow.
So yeah, that's how it is. If now, if I wanted to do 250 or whatever, then I go 2, and then I'd hit 50, and then I'd hit this, and that brings up that. I don't know if it's called a macro. It's not a macro, but
Oh, great.
that should have put those two. It's still thinking, so yeah. So it'll translate and it'll become 250. So all I have to do is put 250 and then like that, and that tells that to put the colons on there. So that would be for like not the just that would be if it was you had 3 separate different numbers, 255 or 240.
That's what they call,
But you could probably do it this way.
specific time.
If you did 250 and then you did PM or AM, that should do the same thing too. That would automatically,
I'm assuming that's what we're.
that would,
That's how
that
it
should be
is.
programmed so it turns that into, yeah, see? So if they say AM or PM, it should put the, if it's 250 AM, it should put it in there. Yeah, see? So if they don't give a specific AM and PM, then you have to go and define your stroke, you know. Because I don't think they're actually in the dictionary. Okay, I put those in. But then, but if I wanted to get 2 o'clock.
So I'm trying to find something real quick, see if I can find it so I can tell you exactly. See what I'm saying? I'm not seeing it.
Are you looking for like how to define it?
Yeah.
That would be in the help section.
You invited her.
I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, I was recovering. I was a little bit out of it. Okay. I couldn't do anything. I was in recovery. You can't hold that against me. It's a blurry time, but I do remember obscure things. See, setting number formats.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go open my theory book again.
Wait, no, that's not it. It's number vocabulary. Oh, that's where. No, I know there's.
Do what?
one.
What'd you say?
Oh, here it
You're
is.
gonna open your theory book?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. It's working with number conversions under the help menu. See, that's where it is. You have to, if you want to convoke, that's the code, and then you have to define it on your computer.
Did you do search number?
I did, yeah, it's working with number conversions.
It should be here.
Or you could search every single one. You could search every single one.
Yeah. Or that.
Is it tomorrow, right?
Sorry guys, it.
Oh, marshmallows and chocolate. Oh my gosh. S'mores.
Why are you talking about good food?
Tomorrow it's supposed to be cold.
Oh, hot chocolate time.
Get a little fire going.
Because
Get some, oh, some,
Oh, G1 numbers over.
Wine, chocolate.
Maybe it's automatic numbers.
Dark
Graham
chocolate.
crackers.
Here it is, guys. This is your time conversion. So if you do the time with the asterisk, this is the way that you need to define it. So it's bracket, pound sign, capital T, bracket. Guys, pay attention. Y'all got it?
Yeah.
Okay,
So we,
what do we do?
You have to define it.
You have to define it. Got it?
Well, I didn't define it, maybe,
You global, yeah.
okay. And the braces, right? Are the brackets?
It's the bracket, pound sign, capital T, bracket.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Well, it takes a while to translate.
And you may have to close it out, get into another one, and do it. Because it may not do it just then. Okay?
We did it on October 11th.
Is it doing it? It's not?
Oh yeah, it's coming up.
It's coming up, but it's just not
Well, you have to
translated.
put a number in first.
Oh,
It's in the theory book. I'm just gonna look at it real time.
Huh?
So I'm being judged it.
Time with the
Gonna do it
thing,
all.
and it's
Do it
defined
now.
as
judging?
time, and then like the way he said it now.
Because I know I'm gonna.
Guys, you have to do a number, then the time. Yeah.
Okay, 9.
It's still not working?
Time.
nope.
Did you close it
9
out?
pound
It
time,
takes
isn't
a
it?
while to translate it, so
Nine pound
hit a
time?
period or something. It won't work.
Yeah.
See, mine's still sitting there. It's not translated yet.
Still just gonna.
Oh, now it
But like if I hit a period and sometimes it'll translate
so
over.
Okay.
See? Yeah.
G.
You know what I mean?
That didn't work.
You can always
Oh.
move the motion to the side and do it. So anyway, so since it came up,
you see mine is
I don't know if it'll work with that. See, I have a different one for that one.
so you,
Did you,
What's this one?
freaking period for it to work?
so you can.
No, I mean, if you write it and then keep writing it, it'll translate. It just takes longer to convert it.
Or you can control, or you can.
Look, if I write a period, then it puts it as 9 p.m. If I put a period.
Yeah. Well, so like if you did
But I'll check it.
9 and then that, and
I'll check it
then
this weekend too.
I went to the store. It just translates faster if you have something following it. It doesn't have to be a period. So like what I just did here, I just did 9.
Do that thing.
I went, let's see, home. And see, as soon as I wrote that, it translated it. So you just have to, now just write, I did something
All the numbers.
without the period, and then
So I
it,
hit 77.
oh,
So
let me try like
here,
6:30.
dictionary, see, now you have what I have. Now go to the number and then do it.
I have it right? In real time. Yeah.
Right.
It may be that, okay, so, of course I did the asterisk to see if it'll take back but I went to the store at 5 and then I hit time. And then I hit period. But that's,
That's the way it's coming out.
yeah.
Why did those come out?
Because I hit a period afterwards. Like what? 9. Let's wait and see. So it doesn't do anything. If I hit the period, then it doesn't. You think it's because my dictionary's jacked up?
No, because it takes a while.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
sometimes you
okay.
have to put that period. That's why.
So I'll check it this weekend
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah.
Guys, and some of them are working, some of them aren't. I don't know. This is the way you're supposed to set it up. It works on mine. Why it's not doing it, I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, you set it up right, and this is the way that you're supposed to do it. You know, and it even tells you that time equals a pound sign, which says when it's with the number, then it's going to convert it. So you can even do 250. What time did you get home? 250. So you should be able to do 250 time. And it should put 2:50.
yeah, I did it there. Okay.
It
Does it
does,
work?
it
See,
does
some
it
it
if I
does
put a
and some it
period.
doesn't, and I don't understand. I don't understand why.
And also, if they said PM, you wouldn't have to do the time because the PM will automatically.
It should.
You just put 250 and then PM or AM, and it should do this. It works the same as
It should. Sometimes it
if
does,
it's
sometimes
defined
it
correctly.
doesn't. So what you may have to do is call support and see what's going on with that. I have no idea why it's doing, but we set it up right, it's right. I don't understand.
I had to do something after for it to, so like period or keep writing something for it.
Well, I mean, we were doing period with hers and it still wasn't coming
Did
up.
she exit and go back in? And, yeah, that didn't
Yeah.
look here. Maybe
So I
has she
don't
done
know.
the update?
So maybe do Control D. Do Control D and do the time. With the asterisk. Guys, pay attention. Do the time with the asterisk on the Control D. We're going to manually put it in there. You okay? Huh? And just do it all again. Number sign, capital T, that. Got it? And then push enter.
Are they writing afterwards?
Huh?
Like put in 8 and then time and then put the car and then I'll pop up like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for some it's working, some it's not. So we're going to try to put it in manually. Did y'all do it? Why not? It still didn't work?
Like my sequel number, it doesn't work. When you say like 230, it works.
So it did
Really?
not too far.
So for everybody, okay guys, pay attention. Do 1:30 time.
Oh, I guess I need to open the real time version.
Period. Did it work? For everybody? Huh? Who,
Yeah, if you do the period, if I do the period, it works.
whose didn't? Whose didn't work?
Hold on.
Did you do what I tell you? You did the Control D? Did the time? Get out of that and get back in. And then another one. Right. Right, D car. 1:30 time.
Yeah, that worked. That worked.
And you did the Control D? You Control D?
Oh, maybe it's something in their user settings. Could it be something in the user settings?
I'll do, let's see. Yay. Numbers.
Yeah, like we defined it on the.
I don't know what it could be.
Could it be in the user settings somewhere? Maybe.
That's why I like doing simple. Everybody's bullshit.
It says time right there, but I don't know that that's.
I don't know what.
Vocabulary setup. Oh, cool.
I don't know, guys. If one of you guys can call support tomorrow, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it?
Kiki.
And then on Tuesday or actually, you know what? We're gonna have class on Monday. So on Monday, we should have the answer. And I'm telling you, it's probably gonna be something simple. It's gonna be something super simple that's either in the user settings or whatever that's not able to read it for whatever reason. I don't understand. So how many didn't come out? How many it didn't work? Yours
Unless
didn't
I
work?
put a period.
It doesn't matter. As long as it comes out, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it doesn't matter. So do 130 time car. As long as you do another stroke, then it should do it. So it shouldn't matter.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do 130 time car. So it doesn't matter. Period, car, the, element of P, QRF, whatever. You know, it's gonna work.
What if it comes out THYME?
So maybe it's not checked.
Oh, that's,
It's coming out
That's-
THYME.
because that's what it was originally
That's what it
defined.
was for me too.
You have to override it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to redefine it. So global the time.
That's a herb or spice.
Go to
Herb, yeah.
and do it in there.
You have time?
It's time. Come on now.
Oh, that works too.
Oh, you want some bracket?
9 o'clock. See, because they have this one too. You can define it so it follows with a 0. So,
Where's that one at?
oh,
You did it on your.
I did it, yeah, a few months ago.
Car.
What do you want me to say? I'll say it.
130
What?
time.
I love food. Yes,
When I
love
was recovering.
laughing. I'm always laughing at you. Want me to say that to your face again?
I was going through a crazy phase, but that's my excuse. That's my excuse. I was going through a crazy phase. Lesson plan. So which one is this one? This is class J. Is that what that says? One class J numbers.
I don't know how to do that.
So it's down here. And the nice thing about it is they actually give you the what to use to global them. Tell me more. Here they are, see? They just have these ones though, they don't have all of them.
Oh, like what he's got to.
Yeah, this is the class. But if under the help section, they have working with number conversion, and it has, let's see. They have what the definition, but it doesn't have like what key combinations on your machine. So I went through some of these, and
Okay.
I'm sending it to you.
this is not the only one I did. But they have other.
Yeah. That's it.
Turn this down.
Chicken?
Let's see. We already watched this one. This is the one we just watched. Auto Magic.
Y luego miro esto y luego me da hambre. Look.
I haven't had good homemade pasta.
Yeah, we're doing all this too. I don't want to watch this one.
When is Sombrero Fest? When is Sombrero Fest? I lived in Brownsville for 3 years and I don't know.
Number 10, please.
I had to, because we had to have our kids in the parade.
Hit pause on that, please.
Sure.